Good morning, all. Ira Epstein with your Morning Flash Update, and this update is for Tuesday, and we're at the 13th of June, 2023, CPI day, and it's 8:20 p.m. Central Time. Well, the reaction initially from the CPI, and I'll get to the numbers in a minute, a bit bullish on the stock market. You can see that in the currency markets, the dollar down a bit, well off the lows, but down on the day. Bonds and notes getting a little bit of a bid. You're looking at the energy markets making back some money today, bit of a change after the big break that we saw. Soybeans up very, very strong. But let's go to what you want to see, and that's to talk about the CPI. We come out today, the first report of the day was the NFIB Small Business Optimism Index. It improved. Then we get to the CPI. Okay, it met expectations. You were up on the May core, month over month, 0.4%. That's what they expected. It met the last one. Means it's not dropping. The CPI energy prices were lower, but again, that's in the headline number. The food prices were up 0.2. That's in the headline. The CPI index itself was at 4%. That's, I think, the 11th month in a row that it has dropped. It's come from over 9 down to basically 4%, and that was down almost 0.9 from last month. So that is the number that the public is focusing on. They're going, come on, this number is just falling out of bed. It's great. But the number that the Fed keeps telling us their favorite number is the core, where you take out the volatility of energy and food and the like. And when you come to that, when you look at it, it's 5.3%. They expected that. The prior month was 5.5, so that's down to 0.2 that I was telling you the market might see. Is this enough for the Fed to, if you will, skip? And the market is saying yes with the initial price action. I'm still in the camp that says no. The Fed should keep going, and the reason I say it is 5.3% is nothing to hang your hat on. You didn't beat the expectation. You're far away from the 2%. We know the volatility of the headline number. But my guess is, looking at it and how the market is, if at the end of the day you finish as you are with gains, Fed's probably then going to give you the skip. I don't think it's right. I think in July they might have to go again. But again, they're data dependent. I'm all for like a carpenter. You finish the job, you hammer the nail in, and you make sure that beam doesn't separate. I don't like taking the foot off the pedal. Retail sales did a good thing. You know, we went negative when you looked at retail sales weekly in the first 2 weeks of what we did before. That number was negative. It's now back to positive. So I think those are good things. When we take a look at Secretary Yellen, she starts testifying this morning at 9 o'clock, and that'll be at the House, and that's a hearing on the state of the international financial system. We get the Federal Reserve. Today's the beginning of the 2-day meeting. API comes out. And China, what they didn't do yesterday, over the weekend is the way to say it, they made another move today. So what they basically did, these aren't big moves. They trimmed the interest on a repo to 1.9 from 2%. They added $280 million to the banking system. Not big. They're going to have to go with real estate. They're going to have to do something with electric car sales. There's a lot more. How aggressive do they want to get? That is going to be the key to the market, and I'm doing write-ups on it. You can put this on pause, and you'll see what I'm talking about already, giving traders ideas. So, as you look at what these markets are, trying to do, here we are. You can see the gains in the stock market holding up. Now, will gold? If we're going to see this market go into the skip, my instincts are gold's going to come alive, the dollar's going to drop, currencies will go to the upside, bonds and notes will move to the upside, especially the September 30-year. That would be the one I'd be looking at. I don't think energies mean much one way or the other. OPEC came out with a bunch of figures today that says that basically energy, the demand is the same. They lost last month about 500,000 barrels. I said it wrong. 500,000 barrels a day of production, which is what they want to see. And they're hoping to get Russia to do things. Although Russia today said, It's made friends with North Korea, and it's going to start supplying oil to them. So I don't know how OPEC Plus is looking at all this because Russia hasn't met its commitments yet, and we'll see where that all goes. Now, today is a day that if it were me, this is what I'd be looking at. You're going to get rather dramatic swings, and pivot points come into it. You have them on your charting software. The odds are you have them. You might not know how to use them. What you're looking for is the extremes in the market. A chart will look like this. You'll get the center pivot point, then you get sell one, sell two, buy one, buy two. You can even take them out further. Currency traders sometimes take them out to 3 or 4 numbers. I really don't like going beyond 2. And the idea of this is that you're selling the market looking for it to fall back to the pivot, or buying the market looking for it to come back to the pivot. Got it? It's primarily an in and out tool during the day. Well, I tied to that not only that, but momentum, because I think once you tie slow stochastics the way that I teach them with it, you get a bigger edge than this is going to give you. And it tells you, hey, don't just get up to that number and do something. Wait for that momentum to give you the shift turn. If you don't get it, you don't do anything. Great example was yesterday. I wanted to come out before today in the NASDAQ positions for my clients. And I kept looking at the pivot point all day and said, I'm going to wait right for the close, because it's not, even the breaks are very minor. And that's how it worked out. And the market kept coming. I know it's up today. I don't care. I don't go through major reports. How do you get this? You can call my staff. They'll work with you. You can go to our website under free offers, and it is a free course. You can move your cursor up here. You'll see an icon. Give it a click and take advantage of the other offerings. I'm Ira Epstein. Take a look at this. I'll see you at the end of the day with the market wrap-up.